watching.
Never too old.
No such thing.
But for me, the Disney iconic queens are what got me wanting to do voiceover. I would love to do more animation, so we'll see if that happens.
Yes.
I just wanted to work as an actor. Literally, I was like, I'm from LA, and so all my family knew people that were like industry adjacent, knew how hard it was, and they always told me like, oh, you want to be an actor? Have a backup plan. And so for me, like I always knew going in how hard it was going to be, and I just said, I'll do TV, film, commercials. I've done hand modeling, hair modeling. I've done everything under the sun, and I was like, yeah, I'll do voiceover, sign me up. And so the first audition that came across my desk for voiceover, I said, yep, let me give it a try, and it was for Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, wow.
That's fire.
I mean, I always grew up with games and cartoons, so I was a huge nerd growing up. And yeah, I mean, I guess like with Britt and Disney, I really liked the characters that I was watching and growing up with. Final Fantasy X was my first RPG, and I just fell in love ever since.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's a beautiful question. Up next, hello.
Hi. So my question was,
Speak into the mic. Come closer.
Sorry it's so short.
It's okay.
so with a lot of the video games I've played, like for the whole time. Sorry, I'm nervous.
It's all right. Take a breath.
So there's been so many emotional moments across every single game I've played, and you guys voiced some of them too. I was wondering which is your like most emotional game moment that had you like tearing up and like freaking out about it.
So most emotional moment and
Yeah.
that they have played.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So most emotional moment for you guys.
I don't know if it's a spoiler. Has anybody played the DLC intermission? Who has
Yes.
not played it? A few of you. Okay. So at the very end, if you know, you know. But I screamed really loudly. And because I didn't know it was coming. I didn't know it was gonna happen. So I was like, are you serious? This is what happened? And so it was genuine shock. So I was able to react to that very authentically when I found out. And so yeah, it was very real at that moment when I had to do those lines. So I would say that was probably the most emotional so far in the game.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember when I played it, I was like completely in shock and just the
Right?
absolute like
I was
power of your voice there.
devastated.
I think the time I got the most emotional is the resolution scene in Final Fantasy VII Remake, when Cloud is talking to Aerith, when Aerith is in the Shinra building, and she just has this like feeling of just gratitude for meeting Cloud and like making a genuine friend, and almost she has this level of like acceptance that like this is the end of that, but she's so grateful for it. And the entire time I was filming that scene, I was like tears in my eyes, just because it was such a powerful thing to have a full acceptance of whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but thank you for all the memories that we've shared. It's just such a beautiful sentiment.
Yeah, that was my favorite scene.
I think for me it would be during Remake. There's like a scene where Tifa kind of breaks down and Cloud comforts her. Also, it was at a time we were recording all at once. Like everybody was in a different studio, and I got put in this like tiny little, almost like portable studio for that session, and it just felt so intimate. And it was kind of around the end of recording the first game, which I think was truly the most emotional for me. Just personally, when they were like, all right, and that's a wrap. I was like, oh no! Because we spent so many hours as these characters, and I think for the first game I was like, I hope this goes well and I don't get fired. So those were like the standout moments for me. Because for Rebirth, I feel like they were just really, really protected. Like I didn't sometimes know what they're like, and now you're crying, and I'm like, why? And they're like, I don't know. So sometimes it was just they were mysterious. They don't trust us.
And they shouldn't.
All right, well, that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. I love how you all are able to pull your emotions that are actually happening like in booth, in studio, into your scenes. That's like really just powerful, and I don't think that's an easy thing to do, I'm sure, right? That's amazing.
Well, especially when Suzie always tells the story of that emotional moment she had to have, and then the directors and audio engineers are making jokes on the other side of the glass.
They were cracking jokes in between every single take. I'm like, can you not? I'm at an emotionally heightened state right now. I'm trying to keep it consistent, and here you are cracking jokes in between.
I'm acting here.
Anyway, that was a challenge.
Hello.
Hi, ladies. So my question is not going to be who is Cloud's true love, because I have a more interesting one. If Yuffie, Tifa, and Aerith were on Survivor, who gets voted off first?
This is your question.
That's crazy.
This is my moment. Oh my God, who gets voted off first?
Because you love these
I'll
shows.
tell you that much. I am making it to Final Survivor. Fire making, okay guys?
I don't know what any of that means.
And that's how I feel normally.
Great. That's why Aaron tables and
Put it up
turns.
first.
Yeah.
I mean,
Aaron's like, bye.
I feel bad about this. Because,
Just say it. Just say it. It's a safe space.
God,
Just say it. You gotta
it's hard. It would depend on the challenges, guys.
live in your truth.
Between you two, because obviously I'm making
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a ninja, so.
It's true. I'm leaning.
Aerith grew up in the slums.
I do think Aerith.
She's tough as nails.
I think Aerith would be better at social strategy.
And everyone loves her.
I think though, that's what I mean. Yuffie would be better at challenges, unfortunately. I hate to say this.
But her attitude, she would not make many friends.
But she might win immunity, and that could save you. So, it's gonna be, it's a toss-up between what the challenges are, but I'm confident Tifa will make it.
Is that good enough? Or are you gonna pressure
Yeah.
all of us?
I think that's
Are you going to turn this against each other? Is that what you want?
The tribe has spoken, and I.
Well, Tifa will win. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Hello.
Hi, how are you guys doing? So my question for you guys is, as we near the end of the Final Fantasy journey, our characters have all grown and kind of evolved together. My question for all three of you is, how would you describe the importance of getting to know the rest of the cast in order to convey those emotions a more fluid way, more realistic?
It's interesting because I think it's crazy how the casting director was able to find voice actors that you hear their voice and you instantly love them, even though you don't know them that well. So even every time in Remake, when I didn't know Cody that well, I would hear his voice in my headphones and it would like bring a smile to my face, you know? And it's just something about the way that the mic captures every actor's eagerness or vulnerability or spunk, like just immediately you're in that moment and you're forming those connections, and that happens to us voice actors just like it happens to you when you're playing the game. So I don't know, I feel like those connections were there pretty quickly, pretty early on. But of course, personally, I feel like I love these people so much more the more I get to know them. But for the characters, I feel like I loved all these characters right away. Maybe that's just me.
No, yeah, like, I mean, I came in later, so I actually was already exposed to your voices through watching people play Remake. And I was just so enamored by it. I was like, these are the perfect voices for these characters. They are the characters. And so coming into that, I felt like so happy to join the family, you know, and I'm so blessed to know them as people now, and they're very much like their characters, I feel. So I remember that one time where I think you guys were on like a KupoCon Zoom call, and I actually watched it because he was like, oh,
you were Yuffie?
Well, I knew I was Yuffie,
Oh, okay.
but you guys didn't know.
Oh.
And I saw your eyes like lit up, like because you didn't know, and then he was like, oh, I bet you wonder who Yuffie is, and I was like, I get to join a family. I get to be the little sister. So I was very excited to meet you all, and I was very much looking forward to being part of this team. So, yeah.
Very cute. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next question.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you again. Okay, I have a hypothetical question for you, so just entertain me for a minute. So there's been a lot of rumors about some interest in either Final Fantasy becoming maybe a TV series, or even maybe kind of doing a new movie in the Final Fantasy VII universe. So hypothetically, if something like that were to happen and you guys got to play your on-screen characters, what would you like to bring to the role that you could not bring in a voice acting side?
If it was like a live action series?
Yes.
I would love the physicality, because we don't get to do like any mocap or anything. And I think it would be so much fun if we got to train. I mean, I did a series called Glow on Netflix. It was a wrestling series, and we trained for a month before every season. And like did all of our own wrestling. There were no stunt people, and so it was so rewarding. So if we ever got to do that, like some of our own stunts, if I got to figure out how to like flip and land on some wires, of course, very safe with mats. That's what I would think would be really cool compared to us just standing in a booth and using our imagination.
The idea of that almost intimidates me, because whoever does the mocap for Aerith is so graceful and beautiful, and like, I don't know if I could do that very well. So that's an intimidating thought, but I would of course give it my best.
I think for me, because Yuffie is so goofy, it doesn't necessarily translate to live action as well. Like, she does this and this and this all the time, and I just don't think it would, you know, mesh well with the live action scene. So I would be interested to explore more of a grounded approach with her, but still make her fun and interesting. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Hello there.
Hello, how y'all doing today? Good to see you again. I got a question for y'all. It's a fun little what if question. So sometimes like the Final Fantasy VII characters, they show up in Kingdom Hearts. So it's a what if question I have for y'all. What if you can put any of your characters in any kind of series as a crazy crossover, and it doesn't have to be a video game, it could be a movie, TV series, whatever you want.
Survivor?
Jeff Probst, if you're out there listening.
What do you, yeah, that one?
I mean, I would love to be on Survivor just as me, but I would ruin my career, I think, because I'd be so angry and be my worst self on national TV. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good, ideal series. It should fit our character, right?
Or contrast, and that would be so fun. I'm thinking of like sassy Aerith in like, I don't know, Bridgerton, or like Downton Abbey, Fast and the Furious. Wait though. Yes.
Fast and Furious would be cool.
Like, she would do a great job driving a car in Fast and the Furious. That's a great suggestion. Yeah. I just want to see Aerith, like, absolutely goof-aloof all over a very serious show.
That's awesome. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. And I was just gonna say for Tifa, like maybe like in a lane, since she does like the martial arts thing, maybe Cobra Kai or something like that.
Ooh, let's put that out of the universe. That would work.
Tekken? Let's manifest that.
Like a line or something. Ben Starr, are you here?
Oh, is Ben in here?
Oh,
Ben Starr is here? Literally. Oh, wow. Ben, could you stand up for the class, please? Everyone, this is live.
Like Tekken, so I guess that counts.
I have to fight him now.
We all want to see that.
Yeah.
We all hope that. We all want to see that.
Thank you so much.
Hello there, how are you?
Hi, how are y'all? I'm doing great.
What's
It's
your question?
good to see you again. This question's for all three of you. Okay, so for remake or rebirth, do you happen to have a favorite line that you recorded, like something that sticks out to you?
Ooh. Favorite line that sticks out in your mind? There are a lot of lines.
I think of more of the lines that drove me crazy. That they were like, okay, let's do it again.
I'm sick of this.
And I'm like,
I'm so sick of this.
What line would that? What line is that?
Like My Turn from Tifa and Remake, because I feel like it was in the beginning, it was one of the early ones that we did, and I felt like it was it's like an action line. She's like, let me show you how it's done. That's like, yeah, so My Turn is one of my favorites. Simple. I sign a lot of posters like that.
I think my favorite is also the very first one we recorded, even though we did it a million times ad nauseum. And there was like they kept saying, there's a little whistle sound on your F. And I'm like, how do you hear that? What are you talking about? I don't even know how to whistle. But it's the line, here, this is for you. Did you catch the whistle? Just a little bit, yeah, only Justin. That's my favorite line, just because it's the first one that we ever recorded, and it's so iconic. It's when she hands Cloud the flower for the first time. It's the first time you as a player meet her. It's just, it's iconic. That's my key phrase. It's just perfect.
I want to say every Yuffie line is my favorite line. Everything that comes out of her mouth is pure gold. But I especially like when she sasses the other members. I specifically remember when she first joins the party, and and Barrett's like, oh, you gotta ask for permission to do this and that. And then she gets really sassy when she's like, permission to blow my nose, sir. It's really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hello there.
Hey, so I'll try to keep this as brief as possible, but this question is more for Britt, but I do want everyone's input on it. So, in-game, dialogue-wise, Tifa tends to be very patient with Cloud. Contrary to probably what you guys have experienced, have there been any points, either in the storyline or as far as when you were reading the dialogue before going through the process, that you were just like, oh my god, you're just so frustrated in Cloud's actions or just his mentality?
I think most of the time I feel like,
Oh no!
I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so broody. Put a smile on. Yes, she's very patient, but I will say, I think Tifa also teases Cloud quite a bit. She's like, Cloud can carry our bags, you know? Which I love. Those are like some of my favorite, especially when Tifa and Eric gang up on Cloud. That's like some of my favorite stuff. So yes, she's very patient though. I give Tifa that, and probably more than I am. That's fair.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how about y'all?
Good.
So, my first game was Final Fantasy 15, then it was 16, and then I got to enjoy the remake and then the second one. I just love the bonds that the characters make throughout the games. For my question, it's kind of a silly one, but if your characters got isekai'd into any anime, what character or what job would they have and what would they be good at?
Do y'all watch anime? Oh, well, Suzie, I know you do.
I don't know, Naruto? Fits, right?
Why Naruto?
Because she's a ninja.
That's a great one.
I want to say Sword Art Online for Aerith. I feel like she would really enjoy the fun of the challenge, and I mean, obviously she'd be a super, super OP mage, as she is. And I think that would just be, I think she would really enjoy the like camaraderie of like joining an alliance and everybody fighting together and like challenging the raid boss or whatever, you know, I think that'd be really cool.
That's nice. Yeah. I want
You
to see
agree?
Tifa in like a fighting type like anime. Somewhere where they like, yeah, or Tekken. Still a video game. Yeah, I think that would be cool for her. Yeah. Well, thank you.
I want to see Tifa in like a Your Lie in April. Like a soft, gentle, like see her softer romantic side. I would love that.
Yeah.
And she'll make you cry.
I have to watch that. I gotta watch that.
Oh, it's so good. But prepare your tissues.
Gotcha. Noted. I'm always prepared. I cry a lot. Does that answer your question for you?
Yeah, it does. Thank you very
Awesome.
much.
Thank you. Well, hopefully we get to see that very soon. I think that would be some cool crossovers. Yeah. Hi there.
Hello, nice to see you all. So I love all the work that you've put in and the soul you've brought to these truly iconic characters. And I know some of you have had this question before, so I know sometimes in the world of voiceover, a role can kind of come into your life at the right time. So is there anything about the characters you play that you find that you truly resonate with? Something about their character traits or their values?
I like to troll a lot. I just love her energy. I'm pretty reserved when I first meet people, but you know, when I get close to people, the closer I get with them, the more I like to tease them, be sassy, poke fun at them, and I really like that side of Yuffie, and I feel like I fit right in whenever I'm in session doing her lines, so yeah.
I feel like for Aerith, she really is a character that intrinsically represents hope and light in the face of darkness. And especially, you know, I had a really regular gig that I was doing that I got let go from suddenly, unexpectedly. Like I went in to do this gig and they were like, today's your last day. And I had been working there for like 8 months and I was like, okay. And then I got the audition for Remake like 2 weeks later. And so I do feel like this character came to me in the perfect time, like when I needed it most, when I needed that faith. And she did that for a lot of people when Remake came out in 2020, right when the pandemic happened, and a lot of people needed like that reassurance that, okay, we don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna stay hopeful, we're gonna focus on what we can do, and we're gonna work together with our friends that we love, you know? And so I think she's just a beautiful character in that way, and I'm very inspired by her for that.
I mean, in my mind, Tifa is like, she's such an icon, like somebody I feel like I look up to, so it's hard for me to be like, and I also relate. So I just think a lot of her qualities are qualities that I'm always trying to, you know, strengthen within myself. I think she's so kind, she's so empathetic, she's so motherly. I mean, I'm the oldest sibling, so I feel like some of those are true. You know, my brother's like, enough, you're not my mom. But I do think she is like and she's also silly, and she can, you know, she can tease, and she's a good friend, and I think more than anything, she also, though, has like a little taste of revenge, a little fire within her that's like driving her. So there's a lot of elements that I love about her. I think she's so multifaceted. I think Square did an amazing job with the remakes of like also just fleshing out all of these characters and making them so multidimensional. I wouldn't say necessarily that I'm just like Tifa, but I do, whenever I spend like a session and I leave, I'm like, this is a fun character to play. Like, I'm not playing this, I don't leave being like, God, that was an evil, like the other video games I've done, I'm usually like a drunk pirate, or like a tough soldier that's like throwing grenades, and you leave and you're like, ooh, I want to like get rid of that vibe. But Tifa, I'm like, ooh, I want to carry this energy with me into my real life. She's good vibes.
I think y'all all do that very well. You all carry your characters with you very well. So, you do.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You two remember me for like the past 2 days at your panels, and Suzie, I met you on Friday, so. And I hate hearing myself on the microphone. So my question is, if Tifa, Aerith, and Yuffie come to real life and you meet them, what would you do with them?
Never been asked that. I've never been asked that.
I want to take Aerith to a theme park.
Which theme park?
I want to ride roller coasters with her, and I want to eat cotton candy with her, and I think that would be so fun. I want to like buy a bunch of balloons and carry them through the park together. Like, we would just have the best time skipping and twirling and singing and dancing. I think that'd be so fun.
I want to go to the gym. I want a free trainer that is Tifa. That whip me into shape and get me those abs. I mean, I don't want it, but I want it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough work, but that's what I'm looking for.
I feel like it'll also be fun to go to the theme park with Yuffie, and she'd be bouncing all over the place. I mean, I'd be throwing up along with her. Like, it'd be a good time. It'd be a good time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
These are some very fun questions. They are. I love these hypotheticals. Keep them coming.
Well, my question is, how has y'all's character impacted you? Like, whether it be like, we kind of heard us earlier, like from the booth, or just like their character traits, even like coming to cons where you get to see fans like that played the original Final Fantasy VII, and like for the first time they're exposed to remake and rebirth, or even just like, even I was reminded this morning, I think it's like the Ad Council campaign where it's like fight the awkwardness, and so like seeing y'all's character like on a billboard, like how's that impacted y'all?
I mean, I quite literally would not be on the path I am today without Yuffie, simply because I wasn't an actor prior to this journey. Yuffie was the first audition that I received and booked when I came to LA to start my acting journey. And I really thought, because like I wasn't sure if I was even supposed to be on this path, because I was out here in LA. I gave myself 6 months to make anything of it, really, and if that didn't work out, then I would have to move back home. So I think that was really the only audition that I truly, truly wanted to book. And if that happened, then I could have the courage to keep going. And because I booked Yuffie, I was able to be where I am today. So I'm so grateful for the opportunity. Yeah.
I think I'm really amazed by, I'm a lifelong gamer, so I knew about fandom, but I think something about this game and these characters and the Final Fantasy community really inspires a level of kindness and empathy and compassion and generosity that I was definitely not expecting from gamers. I should have been, perhaps, but I didn't. And I'm consistently amazed when we come to events like this and y'all come up to our tables and bring us gifts. Like, things like that, it's stunning that you are so thoughtful in things like that. And you come up and you tell these beautiful stories about how you play games with your dad, or it's your best memory with your brother. and it makes me so happy that like these games can really bring us together like that, and I truly feel like y'all are just the absolute best people. It restores my faith in humanity, so thank you all, truly, truly, truly.
Yeah, I mean, the first game came out in 2020. We were like mid-COVID, so we didn't get to meet anyone. I mean, I feel like everything you just said, yes. Like, getting to actually come to some conventions and meet face-to-face and hear the stories of like how this game got you through a time in your life, or what it means to you, and how long this game is, you know, if you played the original, how long this game has been a part of your life is so moving, especially for me who is not a huge gamer. I watched it and was like, wow. I've just been so amazed, even the whole convention experience. Like, the first one was basically a year ago that I went to. I didn't know what cosplaying was really. I was like, what is happening? And now I feel like just this whole community that's so welcoming, where you're just so encouraged that if you love something, you get to dress up as it, you get to meet other people who care just as much. Like, what a special place that I feel really fortunate to get to be a part of in some small way. And I think, like, in this crazy world, I really like that it's a positive, safe space, that, yeah, we get to, like, journey and get to meet people who this game has also touched. Very, very lucky.
Thank you. All right, guys, just let you know, we have 5 more minutes, so ladies, this is gonna be speed round, okay?
Lightning round.
Lightning questions.
All right, ready? Go. So ever since OG7, my main 3 fighters have been Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, and I gave them the name Team Love Triangle. But in Remake and Rebirth, I would also give the teams names. So my question is, for each of you, what would be your 3 main fighters, and what would you name that team?
Tifa, Aerith, and Yuffie.
Yes. 3 that are up here.
I cannot tell you how happy I was during that one moment where we were all together as a girly pop team, fighting against a certain witchy character. But it just made me so happy because our characters are so cool and they're so powerful, and it just made me so happy.
Girl gang.
Yeah, girl gang.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my dear.
My question is, out of like both games, which character would you relate to the most?
Would it be your own characters or other characters?
Wedge is always hungry, so pretty close to that one. But no, I mean, in truth, it's Aerith. Like, it's obviously Aerith. I feel very connected to her.
I mean, I like Tifa a lot, obviously. I spend a lot of time with her. But, like, maybe a Red 13 situation. So that's the closest thing. Or Yuffie, because I do also get a lot of motion sickness.
I can relate to that as well. Awesome. Good?
Yeah, thank you.
Hello there.
Hello. So, as you know, you guys voice the characters, and my question to you is, whenever you're in the booth, because you guys are even though Square is giving you the script, you guys are the ones actually bringing the characters to life. Is there any particular moment that made you want to voice the line a little bit differently than you would normally? So like, even just like the subtle change in the way that you say something to portray this particular moment. Is there any moment that stands out to you, or you believe that it would have been better this way more so than another way that maybe the direction was supposed to go to? That's something that I'm curious about.
It's done in Japanese first, and so we like have milliseconds on padded time. There have been definitely moments that I'm like, God, I wish I could take a beat here and like milk this, or just take like a breath or add some time. And unfortunately, oftentimes it's like, no, you gotta make it work in this 6 seconds that you've got. So it's a fun challenge, actually, I think, compared to like other games where they're like, do whatever you want, add a grunt. It's like pretty specific for us. And as an actor, those parameters are like fun. For me, I feel like that's become kind of a game of like, okay, how can I still portray this emotion within the time constraints?
I mean, we have to do like 3 takes each. And sometimes Kirk chooses the take I hate the most. So, you know, what the solution is every take has to be a banger, so. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk fan expectations, especially going back to the time of like the release of Remake. I think it's pretty clear now that both the casting and everyone's performances absolutely nailed the characters, but people have been with these characters for 20 years and are very attached to them. How did you deal with the expectations and the hopefully positive reaction?
Is there any pressure?
Terror. Deep terror. Yes. Yeah, I was uncertain the entire time. We just had to do our best and hoped and prayed until we started getting feedback.
I actually felt liberated with Yuffie because she didn't have much development to her character in the original game. She was completely optional, you could miss her entirely. But they really expanded on her character this time around. Like, fully fleshed out, she is an actual character. And so I feel super blessed to be able to explore those facets of her that were never seen before. So I feel like the expectation, I don't know, like she could only go up from there, essentially. Yeah.
The stakes were really high walking into like a big IP like this, and especially because everyone has a different idea of how these characters should kind of sound. And you don't want to mess it up. So I think Remake, I was really scared. But then Rebirth was where I felt like, okay, we have the voice down. I feel like we can kind of sit back and like enjoy it. For me, I was a little like, don't fire me the first game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi,
We
everyone.
have our last question.
First of all, thank you so much for all your hard work. My question for you is, if you had to play your character for an ASMR or a podcast, what would your topic be?
What? Sorry?
What would your topic be?
The topic. Yeah, what would you talk about?
Do ASMRs have topics?
Yes. Sort of. I guess
Yes.
you could talk about something or eat food.
It's like
something.
Like you will read a book, or you would talk about like food.
You know what I really want to do? I want to audio narrate Traces of Two Paths.
ASMR style.
I really want to do an audiobook version of that. Maybe not ASMR, but like a real one, but like a legit one. But for ASMR, I think that'd be cool too.
This week I looked up if there was an audiobook because I wanted to listen to it. If there was, like, shouldn't we have done it?
Yes, we should. They should call us.
But yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That would be cool. That would be fire.
I think people would really dig that.
Talk to Square.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get that out there.
Does anyone know how to contact them?
Everyone tag them, at them, DM them, let them know we need an audiobook for Tale of Two Paths. Yes.
Exactly.
Susie, was there anything you prefer as a topic? If you're comfortable.
I don't think Yuffie can do ASMR. That's the only problem.
Impulse control. That checks out.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
What about not a vocal one, but like people who do ASMR? Have you ever seen on TikTok Live the girl who stirs wood soup? That one? Yeah, every time I'm like, what is this world?
She wouldn't even be delicate with it.
That's
She'd just
true.
be clanging
That's
and
true.
banging.
Do you think she'd be a slime player and she would play with slime?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or she'd be that person who puts like marbles in bottles and then throws them down the stairs.
That one. Or, you know, motion sickness.
I don't know what your algorithm is, but
Apparently, it's all like oddly satisfying. That's my entire algorithm. Like, why is this so entertaining to watch? That's my entire algorithm. I'll show you all the things. I'll induct you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
No.
Hi, big fan. Big fan. Let's say we're all isekai'd into the real world for one day. All four of us, 4 girlies just being girls. Where are we going? What are we doing? What activity would all 4 of us, Clive, Tifa, Aerith, and Yuffie, what are we doing? Where are we going?
I think we're all going to the Ren Fair.
I think we're doing archery, we're doing axe throwing, we're eating turkey legs. I think we're all going to the Renaissance Fair.
And then bowling afterwards for some reason.
I thought you were asking the questions and we were answering the questions.
Ladies, I'd love to go bowling with you.
Okay, all right. So there's an ulterior motive here.
Aerith, the Ren Fair is a great idea.
Thank you.
All I wanted to do was go bowling.
You're on.
Thank you. You're wonderful and really talented. I love you all. Bye.
And thank you, everyone. That concludes our Q&A. Thank you so much for coming out. Again, make sure you visit our voice actors upstairs. They are on the 4th floor of the convention center. Make sure you take pictures and go say hi and get autographs and all that good stuff. They're here until the end of the day. Question mark?
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Thank you so much.